Charles Negron II, widely known as Chuck Negron, was an influential American singer-songwriter whose powerful voice helped define one of the most successful rock bands of the late 1960s and early 1970s. Born on June 8, 1942, in Manhattan, New York City, Negron rose to fame as a founding member and lead vocalist of Three Dog Night. With a career marked by extraordinary musical success, personal struggles, and spiritual redemption, his life story remains one of resilience and artistic dedication. He passed away on February 2, 2026, in Studio City, California, at the age of 83, leaving behind a lasting legacy in popular music. Negron was born to Charles Negron, a Puerto Rican nightclub singer, and Elizabeth Rooke. Music was present in his life from an early age, largely due to his father's profession, but his childhood was not without hardship. When he was only 5 years old, his parents divorced, leaving his mother to raise him and his twin sister, Nancy, on her own. To support her children, Elizabeth placed them in a residential daycare facility in the Bronx. Though Negron later referred to this experience as living in an orphanage, the facility was more like a large mansion equipped with recreational and educational amenities. Still, the emotional impact of separation and instability shaped his early years. Growing up in the Bronx, Negron developed a passion for both music and sports. He sang in neighborhood doo-wop groups and honed his vocal skills on street corners and at school events. At the same time, he was an accomplished basketball player, participating in local pickup games and representing William Howard Taft High School. His athletic talent earned him a scholarship to Allen Hancock College in California, where he continued playing basketball before later transferring to California State University, Los Angeles. Although he showed promise as an athlete, music increasingly became his true calling. Negron's professional breakthrough came in 1967 when singer Danny Hutton invited him to join forces with Corey Wells to form a new band. Together, they created Three Dog Night, a group that would soon dominate the American music scene. Known for their distinctive three-lead singer format, the band blended rock, pop, and soul influences to produce a series of chart-topping hits. Negron's soaring, emotional vocals became a defining element of their sound. During their peak years, Three Dog Night became one of the most commercially successful bands in the world. They sold an estimated 60 million records and earned multiple gold and platinum certifications. Songs featuring Negron as lead singer, such as 1, Easy to Be Hard, Joy to the World, Old-Fashioned Love Song, and The Show Must Go On, became timeless classics. Their music dominated radio playlists and solidified their place in rock history. However, behind the scenes, Negron struggled with addiction. In the early 1970s, he developed a severe heroin dependency that gradually affected his health, relationships, and professional life. His substance abuse problems intensified as fame and pressure mounted. In 1975, he was arrested for cocaine possession, an incident that further highlighted the depth of his struggles. The internal conflicts within the band, combined with personal difficulties, eventually led to Three Dog Night's breakup in 1976. After the band's dissolution, Negron's life entered a turbulent period marked by repeated attempts at rehabilitation. He enrolled in numerous treatment programs, often relapsing despite his efforts to recover. It was not until September 1991 that he finally achieved long-term sobriety. He later credited his recovery to a profound spiritual awakening and his renewed faith in God, which gave him the strength to overcome addiction. Following his recovery, Negron began rebuilding his career as a solo artist. He released several albums that reflected both his musical maturity and personal growth. These included Am I Still in Your Heart? 1995, Joy to the World, 1996, A Christmas Album, Long Road Back, 1999, and Chuck Negron, Live in Concert, 2001. He continued performing and recording throughout the 2000s and 2010s, releasing projects such as Live and in Concert, 2005, The Chuck Negron Story, 2005, and Negron Generations, 2017. His later work emphasized storytelling, reflection, and gratitude for his second chance at life. In 1999, Negron published his autobiography, Three Dog Nightmare, in which he candidly detailed his journey from high school athlete to rock star and addict. The book explored his rise to fame, descent into substance abuse, and eventual recovery. Revised and updated editions were released in 2008 and 2018, adding new insights into his evolving spiritual and personal life. The memoir became an important testament to perseverance and redemption. Negron's personal life was complex and often intertwined with his career. He was married 4 times and had several children. His first marriage was to Paula Louise and Goten in 1970, with whom he had a daughter, Shanti. They divorced in 1973. In 1976, he married Julia Densmore, formerly married to John Densmore of The Doors. Their marriage lasted 12 years, and they had a son, Charles "Chucky" Negron III. Negron later married Robin Silna in 1993, and they had a daughter, Charlotte Rose, before divorcing in 2001. In 2020, Negron married his longtime manager, Ami Albia. Due to pandemic restrictions, their wedding was held on the balcony of their home, with family and the officiant participating from below. The ceremony symbolized both resilience and intimacy during a challenging global period. He also had a daughter, Annabelle, with actress Kate Vernon. In 2006, his family life was featured on the television show Intervention, highlighting his efforts to support his son and grandson through addiction-related struggles. Negron was related to actor and comedian Taylor Negron, further reflecting his family's creative background. Despite years of hardship, he maintained close ties with his loved ones in his later years and remained active in music and public speaking. Financially, Chuck Negron accumulated considerable wealth during his career. At the height of Three Dog Night's success, he earned substantial income from record sales, touring, and royalties. Although his addiction and legal troubles affected his finances in the 1970s and 1980s, his later sobriety and continued work helped restore his stability. Through solo albums, live performances, book sales, and royalties from classic hits, Negron rebuilt his financial standing. At the time of his death, his estimated net worth was believed to be around $8 million, reflecting decades of musical contributions and sustained popularity. On February 2, 2026, Chuck Negron died of heart failure in Studio City, California. His passing marked the end of an era for fans of classic rock and for those who admired his personal journey. Remembered for his unmistakable voice, emotional honesty, and unwavering determination, Negron left behind more than just hit songs. He left a story of survival, faith, and artistic integrity that continues to inspire musicians and listeners around the world. Through triumph and tragedy, Charles "Chuck" Negron remained devoted to his craft and committed to personal growth. His legacy as a founding voice of Three Dog Night and as a symbol of redemption ensures that his influence will endure for generations to come. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.